Hey guys, what's up? This is Mel, and I'm here to talk about Legends of Tomorrow, more specifically my top 5 favorite moments of Season 1. Today is October 3rd, 2016. Guys, I'm so sorry for the delay, but I'm hopefully going to get through my favorite moments of the season in 10 minutes. So guys, big spoiler alert as to all my favorites are pretty much scattered throughout the 16 episodes, so just be prepared. So let's start the clock and let's begin. So what was my 5th favorite moment? And that has to be all the crossovers that we got to see in Season 1. And I gotta say, there were a lot of them, so that was very cool to have it make all these different connections with Arrow and with the Flash. One of them has to be episode 105, titled Failsafe. And crossover moment was when Professor Stein, he was drugged up and started hallucinating being at Star Labs and having one of his brainstorming moments with Cisco during one of their scientific talks. So that was pretty cool to see that. I actually thought that, I thought that it was real at the moment until I remember that Stein wasn't in Central City. So it was just interesting to see to see Cisco in that moment. Another crossover moment I liked was episode 106, titled Star City 2046. Now this is really a crossover because of the fact that we got to see a future Oliver Queen in a very destroyed Star City, I guess you can say. It's really a ramshackle. It looks like an apocalypse hit it, and Oliver is pretty much alone with no team, missing an arm, and he's retired from being the Green Arrow, and because of this, we meet Dago's future son running around as Connor Hawke, masquerading as the new Green Arrow to try to carry the torch that Oliver left behind. So it was very sad to see Star City in the state, but it was really great to see this side of Oliver Queen, and just to see that even though it's been so long and he's still alone, he's still fighting, or he did fight for some time, but at least he didn't leave. If he left, that means he truly abandoned the mission of saving a city. Him staying means that there's still hope that he could return to fight again. So there's that, and we do get to see that. Anyways, before I babble again, last favorite crossover part was 109, titled Left Behind. Now, this one was crossover because we got to see Ra's al Ghul in the 1960s, roughly, early 1960s. And that is because when trapped back in time, Sarah goes to Nanda Parbat and pretty much goes to where she feels herself safe, comfort, or familiar with, and she returns to do her training with Ra's al Ghul. So it's very interesting to see. As we know, he doesn't age because of the Lazarus Pit, so he was still there. We got to see a younger version of one of his daughters as well. So that was pretty cool in itself, and just to see how, because we never got to see Ra's al Ghul with Sarah in the present day. So it was very interesting to see the two of them in this moment in time, since it definitely affects her future interaction with him later on, I think. I have no clue. That time travel trick right there really confused me. So that was something I really liked, and I thought it was very interesting. Okay, moving on. Moment number 4 has to be episode 112, titled Last Refuge. And the reason why I like this episode is because we got to see all the younger versions of the team. Because in order to escape the Pilgrim, who is trying to kill off their younger selves, they have to try to save them before the Pilgrim can do that. Apparently she only has one shot at doing this. So we actually see a kid version of Heatwave make forward. We got to see a teenage version of Sarah. This is her before she went on the gambit with Oliver. And so there's that. Apparently we got to see baby Captain Gold, or Leonard Snart. Also, baby Jax was also mentioned. Because of this, Jax was able to see his father, who had died shortly after he was born. So that was interesting in itself. Because of a younger Sarah, we got to see Captain Lance. Who else? With Ray it wasn't a younger self for him, but maybe it was just like a version of him from 2014 when he had just moved to Star City to work at the newly named Palmer Tech, I believe. So there was that. And who else? I don't believe I'm missing anybody else. Yeah, I think, yeah. Professor Stein they ended up going after his baby version of him, and then Kendra, they didn't go because she had the immortality thing, so there was no point. So it's just very interesting to see how they were like for the ones we did get to see when they were younger, and just, it was also very interesting to see the older versions of them talking to their younger versions of themselves. So that was pretty crazy, yet pretty cool at the same time. So there is that. Now, moment number 3, what I liked is in episode 114, titled River of Time, and that is because of all the flashbacks we got to see. Now, again, this is kind of a crossover moment because we got to see all the team members talking with someone about whether or not they should accept Rip Hunter's offer to go on this expedition through time. So we got to see Ray Palmer talking to a wheelchair-bound Felicity. We got to see Jax talking to his mother. We got to see Professor Stein talking to his wife. I believe we got to see Sarah talking to Nyssa. And I believe it was still Captain Cold and Heatwave talking to each other. And then it was Carter and Kendra, I believe, talking to each other. But I just remember that we got to see a whole bunch of familiar faces or familiar names being brought up from Arrow and from the Flash, as they try to fill the gap of how everybody came to the decision to join the team. So I thought that was pretty cool. I really liked that, and it definitely helped place where within the original shows the new spinoff took place in, if that makes sense. So moment number 2 has to be episode 115, titled Destiny. What I really liked about this episode was the whole concept of the team trying to defy destiny, and what it means to have a destiny, and what it means to overrule it. And although Captain Cold made the ultimate sacrifice, he broke destiny, and he destroyed the thing that kind of controlled it, I guess you can say. So it was very interesting to see their views on what destiny means, their views on what it means to make your own decisions or to follow destiny and all that. And just a lot of shows do it differently, so it was very interesting to see how this one was done. So I thought that was pretty great as well. Could have gone without Captain Cold dying, but I guess that's one way to break destiny, when destiny said that Ray Palmer was supposed to die in that explosion. So there's that. Now, quickly before I mention my favorite moment or favorite episode, honorable mention has to be episode 111, titled The Magnificent Eight. And that is because we got to meet Jonah Hex in the Wild West. I thought that was pretty cool. It was great to see that Jonah Hex had some kind of a history with Rip Hunter, also shedding some light on us as the audience, on just what type of a time master he was, and how he's known to not try to get involved in history, and when he does, he doesn't really follow through with it. And just, it was great to see through Jonah Hex that there are repercussions because of that. That just because they intervened with time and then they leave to go back, it doesn't mean that those they left behind aren't affected by what they had done. So it's just interesting to see those ramifications play out. Now, the last moment, or I should say my favorite moment of the season, has to be the finale, episode 116, titled Legendary. And that is because of Vandal Savage being defeated 3 different times. Now, I'm still confused why they needed to kill him 3 different times, because if they had just killed his earlier self, then his 2 later selves shouldn't even exist then. But apparently, they had to kill all 3 who were trying to restart the timeline and push it back to when in ancient Egypt, when his immortality first started. So it was just great to see 3 different fights between the 3 different versions of Vandal. We have Sarah killing him at one point in time. We have Mick Rory, aka Heatwave, killing him at another point in time. And then we have Kendra giving the final blow with help from Rip Hunter the third time. So it was interesting to see that. It was also interesting to see how they deal with the meteorites, supposed to be explosion, and how they dealt with that. So that was pretty cool. It was great to see that they actually were able to defeat the season-long villain, though it proved to be worrisome at times, and at least they did it. But now, because of that, we see, and there's a timer, we see Kendra and Carter, or the future version of Carter, leaving the team because now that Vandal Savage is defeated, they're going to try to live a normal life. But because just shortly after they leave the team, though, they get a surprising visit from Rex Tyler, who claims to be from the Justice Society of America, I believe, and claiming that it was the team who had sent him to this very moment in time to save their lives. So that opens up a whole can of worms that we are going to explore in Season 2, which starts this week on Thursday, next week on Thursday, October 13th, 2016, of course, at 8 p.m., and we are apparently going to meet 2 new members of the cast. We're going to get Nathan Haywood, played by Nick Zano, and we're going to get Amaya Jiwe, played by Maisie Richardson Sellers. So we're going to see the 2 of them join the team due to the departure of the immortal couple. Although that begs the question, if Vandal Savage is dead, does that mean the 2 of them are still immortal, or are they only going to have one life left to live out together? So I guess we're going to see that question answered, hopefully. But that's it for Season 2 news that I'm going to reveal. Otherwise, if you want to see more, I did do a video off the spoilers for Season 2 that were revealed at the San Diego Comic-Con. Go check that video if you want to know more. Otherwise, just wait another week until the Season 2 premiere and get some info from that. But yeah, that's about it. So what did you guys think of Season 1? What did you like about it? What was your favorite moment of the season? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it, as well as your own thoughts, theories, and opinions, but what you think is going to happen in Season 2. And also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone else who is fans of Legends of Tomorrow. Don't forget as well to check out my other videos if you haven't done so already. Who knows, I might talk about something else that you like. And also, don't forget to follow me on Tumblr or on WordPress. I'll try to get back to both of those like I did last year. But yeah, I reblog anything involving TV, involving these TV shows, I should say. So if you want an up-to-date or somewhere you can find everything in one place, go check that out. Links for that are down below. And that's about it. So thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry for the delay again. But yeah, the premieres are finally here. I can't wait. And also, if you haven't already, check out the Superhero Fight Club 2.0. It was finally released on YouTube through CW Network. Fantastic, great crossover moment. It really gets you hyped up for the much anticipated crossover event that's supposed to happen in December. So go check that out and just see what we're up for. A little smidgen of what we're up for, I should say. So, yep, that's about it. I'm going to stop. So until next time, guys, hope you tune in for my premiere video for Legends of Tomorrow. But until then, this is Mel, wishing you all a great day, great week wherever you are. Bye for now.